All right, man, let's go, man.
What he did is a little bit like going out to a restaurant, having all the best caviar and lobsters, and the bill comes and you go, I ain't paying that. And you just walk out. Mm-hmm. Now, you sat down at the table, you wanted to eat all the good stuff. You got to pay your dues and you got to pay your bill. Now, what he will say in answer to that is, yeah, but the bill's too much. It's like, no, the rules are their rules. But Terence is looking at it going, well, it's 300,000. But it does. You wanted the opportunity to call yourself an undisputed champion, right? And the only reason you can do that, the only way you can do it, is to fight for the WBC world title. So if belts don't matter, then surely undisputed doesn't matter to you. For me, if you want to fight for the undisputed championship, you have to abide by the rules of that belt. But this is the era of the new wave of boxing coming in is going to try and all the...
Exactly. They've been saying it. Keyshawn Davis said, I didn't want to fight Redmond no more, telling him to play extra money to the IBF. Floyd been saying that. At the end of the day, it's not the equivalent of me going to a restaurant and eating. What did the WBC do? What did the WBC do? What did they do for me? What did I get from them? Did I get steak? Did I get chicken? Did they give back to B&B Boxing Academy? That's what I want to know. What the hell did the WB? What the hell did the WBC? What the hell did the WBC do for Terence Crawford? You took my money and I get a fucking plastic belt? Absolutely not. No. You took my money and what do I get in return? A belt. I don't get no kickback to my community, no kickback. And what you starting to see is these Mexicans and these people who benefited. Now you know who benefited from the Muhammad Ali Act. You see these people who benefited from the corruption. You see the media members who benefited from all the corruption, writing all the terrible articles, right? Writing all this hateful shit. They like, they don't want to abide by the rules and they want to support what Zuffa boxing and they want to support something. Of course they do. Why wouldn't these people support something else? Why wouldn't this generation wake up and support something else? Because we watching y'all cheat for Hispanics. Y'all see our favorite Hispanics, but then we look up the highest gates. We look up the highest grossing fights out there. It's brothers that's all a part of that, the highest grossing fights. There's even some fucking senior citizens in there and Roy Jones and Mike Tyson. So y'all catering to these pilgrims like Eddie Hearn, these Hispanics, when they don't got no motion. We got all the motion. And if that's the point, if that's the case, guess what? This new Muhammad Ali Act say, hey, you can just keep dealing with them. But why would you deal with Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya, the WBC, the WBA, the IBF, the WBO if you black? And it never favored you only when it came to finances. It never favored you. They sit here, they take your money and they put it back in their community. They put it back in their pockets. They don't give shit back to y'all. They don't give you the benefit of the doubt. Never in the history of boxing have they changed any fucking steroid level for a black fighter. And let's not act like any of them. Let's not act like any of them has ever was the ones pushing for drug testing. They never was. They make all these new rules for their fighters. They pay the media to slander Bud's name. They pay the media to slander black fighters' names. They pay the media to push corruption when they allow their fighters to cheat. They pay these different media members for access and all this bullshit. It's a wrap. Y'all don't even have a network that's behind American network that's behind y'all. The Zone isn't an American network. They don't even care about America. The Zone isn't even an American network. It's in America. Only person that got American TV broadcasting rights is Zuffa Boxing with Turki Al-Rashid. And not only do Turki Al-Rashid got motion, he got the Zone by the balls because he can send the fights that he want to send to Paramount. So come on now. Come on. It's a system that black fighters, that American fighters don't benefit from. Let me say it again. It's a system that American fighters don't benefit from. So who wants to sit there and and continue to keep getting whipped and paying money when you don't need to pay the money. Talking about, oh, it's like sitting at the table, going to dinner and eating. Okay, what the fuck did the WBC feed me? Come on, pay me what? Because if they did what they were supposed to do, it would be Benavidez fighting Canelo. I wouldn't even have shit to do with it. I wouldn't even be in the equation. That's the wild thing about it. I wouldn't even be in the equation, bro. It's crazy. Give me 1 minute, man. But yeah, like I continue to tell y'all, bro, it's like, they expect us to stay weak. They expect us to stay stupid. They expect us to stay in the system. And Turkey Ali Sheik and Gimson. What's a new wave? Yeah, it's the same wave that Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya jumped on. Is it not? They was the first ones to sit there and take money from Turkey Ali Sheik. If my memory serves me correctly, they're the first ones to go over there and praise Turkey Ali Sheik. So, like I said, it's like whatever, calling the kettle black, whatever. It's crazy. They was the first ones to take breadcrumbs. They was the first ones to take Turkey money. And Turkey used y'all, abused y'all, seen how y'all operate, learned y'all system where y'all was weak at, because y'all ain't strong nowhere. And now what? Now y'all little poom beat up. It's alleged that he could be cleared to about 13% of the zone, and he's gonna send y'all packing. Why wouldn't he? He a fan of the sport first. Y'all done destroyed the sport. He got with the real businessman of the UFC. And he liked the way they do business better than the way y'all do business, because y'all don't do business. All y'all do is extort money, out of your own fighters, out of the sport. Y'all destroyed the sport. The Muhammad Ali Act ain't protecting nobody. Y'all think fighters ain't getting fucking robbed still? Are y'all insane? How can an act protect you when it's allowing the sanctioning belt bodies to take money and not reinvest money into the sport? UFC investing money into dojos around the world. So how is it beneficial, right? How is it beneficial? How's the sanctioning belt bodies benefiting the sport of boxing? Come on, y'all say, well, your manager can't be a promoter and they can't do everything. Okay, cool. If that's why y'all want to pay it, what the fuck y'all call Al Heyman? He found the loophole. What are we talking about? All these people that sit there that excuse me. Y'all sit here and say, and they support the WBC, they support Oscar De La Hoya, Eddie Hearn, and the way the system is. These are either Hispanics that have been knowing the illusion that they run boxing. They never been pound for pound number one, not since I've been alive. There's never been Canelo wasn't pound for pound. He was never the best fighter on the planet. He was a manufactured, popular fighter. He never was the best fighter on the planet. Never. He never was in the same vein as Floyd, Roy Jones Jr., guys like that. Never. Never was Oscar De La Hoya, neither. Neither was Julio Cesar Chavez. Let's not forget, we seen Pernell Whitaker outbox him. Come on now, we can keep going on and on. They didn't claim Roberto Duran. Panama pays all his bills, I heard. Not the fucking great country of Mexico. Only people that are fighting against this and don't want the betterment of boxing are people who benefiting from this old prehistoric bigotry, racist ass boxing. At the end of the day, with Turkey coming, it's gonna be a lot of lies. Mexicans don't run boxing. Mexicans financially don't run boxing. That's the illusion that they want to keep y'all under. They market them. They promote them. They inflate their numbers more. When you look at the top grossing boxing matches of all time, it ain't one. I don't think it's one Mexican versus Mexican. pump. And you gotta remember, some of these other fights that went on, they were greater. They were greater than this, like the Thriller Manila before pay-per-view, I believe. The Rumble in the Jungle. Think about it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6. This is 6 I see. Lennox and Mike Tyson, 1.9. Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, 2. 2 black fighters, Mayweather, Canelo, black Mexican, Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya, Mexican, Mayweather and Conor McGregor, white, and Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Not one, at least in the top 6, not one Hispanic versus Hispanic. So come on, and the people that's fighting this are the people who's benefiting from the system. Hispanics, media outlets that benefit from that shit is about to be over with. It was over with when American television divested away from traditional boxing. Top Rank, Matchroom, Gary Shaw, Ten Goosen. You can go on and on. Frank Warren, Kathy Duva, Premier Boxing Championship, Champions, GTB, Lou DeBell. That shit is gone. There's no money. There's no American television network that's investing in boxing right now, not named Paramount, and they got to deal with Zuffa Boxing. Why is that? It's because the system is broken. But hey, hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole 9. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. You can follow me everywhere. Appreciate y'all. Peace.